Welcome back to the Division 2. Me, Con and Pete have finally finished our grind to complete all of the field research for the Firewall Specialization. And in this video I'm going to be giving you tips on how to take down some of the activities the fastest ways, because some of them can be a little bit of a pain. So if we quickly go into the progression and we go down to field research for Firewall. When you first start this off, you have to set enemies on fire. You can use your flamethrower for that. You can explode some canisters. There's some enemy weak points that could help with that as well. Kill enemy Scorches. Scorches are enemies that have flamethrowers on them. The wildfire boss from the Roosevelt Island stronghold is classed as a Scorcher, and there are other missions that are run by outcasts, if I remember correctly, where you will find enemy Scorchers. And then killing enemies closer than 7 meters speaks for itself. You just have to get up close and personal and kill enemies. When you get onto stage 2, defeat the wildfire in Roosevelt Island after destroying her fuel tank on normal or higher difficulty. Neutralize named enemies while they are afflicted by a status effect. So any status effect in the game, apply that to an enemy and then kill them, but they obviously have to be named. The best way to find named enemies is either going to be the south of the White House. You will have one spawn there roughly every half an hour or so. And then also if you run the Lincoln Memorial mission down at the southwest side of the map, you will actually have, I believe it's 4 named enemies you get in that mission. So just make sure they have a status effect applied to them when you kill them. That is name and shame. Apply 2 status effects to a single enemy before defeating them. So obviously those are best for elites and named enemies. You're probably best off using the Stinger Hive, so that you can apply bleed and use the flamethrower or something like that to apply burning. Apply 2 to a single enemy, kill them, that's that one done. And then complete the Man in National Zoo mission against the outcasts on normal or higher difficulty. So that one's just completing the mission and you are done with stage 2. Stage 3. Eliminate the Bloodhound in the Federal Emergency Bunker after applying the bleed effect to him on normal or higher. So again, you would use the Stinger Hive, make sure you apply the bleed effect, and then you would finish him off. Kill elite enemies while they are inflicted with a status effect, so you literally just apply burn, bleed, whatever. Make sure the elites, so they're the yellow bar enemies, make sure they currently have a status effect applied to them, then finish them off. Kill enemies while you are burning, so preferably find a mission with a Scorcher or a load of throwers that will chuck incendiary grenades at you whilst you are burning. Kill some enemies, so hopefully you'll have enemies that are fairly close to you so you can just hip fire them. That's that one done. Kill named enemies using your sidearm. The best way to do this is probably running Lincoln Memorial. When you come across a named enemy, you can use your main gun to deal as much damage as possible, but then when you get to the last bit, use your sidearm, so pistol, shotgun, any of the classes as a sidearm. That is that one completed. Then complete Space Administration Headquarters against the True Sons on normal or higher. Stage 4. Neutralize the Corpulent in the Potomac Event Center after destroying his ammo pack on normal or higher. So you find that boss, you destroy his ammo pack, which should be somewhere on his side or towards the back of him. After you've done that, kill him. That's that one done. Eliminate enemies with melee attacks using the ballistic shields. This one's literally just pure luck. You can do it to enemies that are roaming the streets or anything. Just find enemies, equip the ballistic shield, melee them, and once you've killed enough, challenge complete. This one was probably one of the most time consuming we did. Salute a burning enemy before killing them. If you have leveled up your Firewall Specialization a fair amount, what you want to do with this is respec and don't put any points into signature weapon damage. That way your flamethrower is going to be weak, because the stronger it is, the more damage it's going to deal, and the red bar enemies that are roaming around will just die instantly as soon as you set them on fire, because you need to go through the entire animation for the salute emote. So make sure you have no bonus signature damage. Use the flamethrower, set an enemy on fire, salute them, and when it's gone through the full animation, finish them off. Kill named enemies using skills, so if you've got a skill build sitting in your stash or something, get that out. Just go through Lincoln Memorial or pretty much any mission and just kill named enemies. Don't forget you can still use the named enemy south of the White House. And then complete DARPA research labs on hard or a higher difficulty. Then when you get to stage 5, destroy the XB-31 Marauder in the Pentagon mission. That's literally just the final boss. Neutralize the Wyvern boss in the Tidal Basin mission after blinding her twice on normal or higher. So for that one, we literally run it on normal. Me and Pete had our blinder fireflies on. Pete threw his firefly at the boss. She got blinded. Once the status effect had ended, I then threw my firefly at the boss to blind her for the second time. Then once that run out, we finished her off. Just make sure it's normal difficulty, you don't need to do it any higher. But blind her twice, finish her off, challenge done. Eliminate elite Scorcher enemies. This is probably another one of the most time consuming ones, but the best way to do this one is to run the Roosevelt Island Stronghold, and you can try it on challenging, but you have to bear in mind that the enemy spawns change each and every single time. But what you want to do is when you get to the Wildfire boss, that is a named Scorcher. Sometimes there will be another one in that area, but all you want to do is kill the enemies in that section, wait until Wildfire spawns. You'll actually see it on screen now. Kill Wildfire in like any means necessary. Just take out Wildfire, let the enemies kill you. You'll go into respawn literally just before that fight. And it's best to do that one solo so that you don't have to take it in turns and do 30 runs for 3 players to do it 10 times. If it's just Wildfire spawning, you haven't had luck to get a second one, then you've just got to run it 10 times by yourself. And it should take no longer than, I'm going to say 10-15 minutes because of the respawning if you've got your revive hive and that gets you back up. There are a few things that will make it a little bit more time consuming, but you just need to focus on killing Wildfire. Then eliminate named enemies while they are bleeding. This one was a little bit of a pain as well. They actually have to be bleeding when they die. So the way we did this was Pete run the Stinger Hive, which will apply bleeding. I was shooting the named enemies, getting them down to, let's say it's a standard enemy, so not a heavy enemy, a standard enemy, but they have the armor bar because they're named and they're elite. You would get it down to just a little bit of their armor left, then chuck the Stinger Hive at them, it will apply bleed, and then you can finish them off. Like, for example, I was shooting the enemy, getting it down to a couple of armor bars left, Pete threw the hive out, that set the bleed, and I finished the enemy off whilst they were bleeding. So it's going to be a little bit trickier running it solo, but you should still be able to get it done if you literally just get their armor down to low, throw out your hive, set the bleeding, finish them off. And then complete any invaded stronghold mission on hard or higher difficulty. If you run Tidal Basin on hard, you can do the Wyvern Dragon Hunter mission at the same time as burning down the house. And that is pretty much it for the specialization. There's not a lot to it. As I said, it's not really difficult, it's just more time consuming. If you don't own the year 1 pass, then you will be awarded Firewall. If you do own the year 1 pass, you get the Mundane mod, which is pretty cool. I have it equipped now, and whilst you're running through it, you will also be awarded, you can see there, the Firewall shirt and pants. Unfortunately, we've had a look and there's not actually any boots to go with this outfit, but you do get the rest of the outfit and it is quite cool. You also, at tier 4, do get the Savage Wolverine, which in my opinion is actually better than the Chameleon. So if we have a quick look at the Savage Wolverine, it's literally just a named version of the Honey Badger. And taking a look at it, it's an assault rifle, so it's got the health damage. It comes with perfectly close and personal. Killing a target within 10 meters grants 50% weapon damage for 10 seconds. I was lucky enough to get it to roll with extra. And Zen, I don't really see the need to actually get rid of that. And then because it's just a name, you can obviously put your own mods on it. It's so stable. The accuracy is much better than the Chameleon. It's incredibly stable. It packs a punch. And you can see with my mod on it for the magazine for an extra 10 rounds, it's got a 48 round mag. And then this is a look at the flamethrower with the Mundane mod on. It just changes the standard skin and puts this white one on with the black stripes going across it. In my opinion, it does look a lot nicer. And then to go with the specialization, you do get the Firewall outfit, which is what my guy's got on now. You're essentially turning yourself into Fireman Sam. And that is going to do it for the video. That was like the fastest way to get through the challenges for the Firewall specialization. In order to complete the field research, and if you don't own year 1 pass, you can get yourself the Firewall. If you do, you can get yourself the mod, a nice weapon, and a pretty cool outfit. So let me know your thoughts and stuff in the comments. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching.